Welcome. Thank you for joining my channel. We're going to do a timeless reading. We're going to start with the what's the vibe. Lately, I'm feeling there's a lot of multi-faced situations going on for a lot of people. I said multi-faced, and we have two-faced and nightlife. So, double life, cheating, backstabber, striptease, gamble, Vegas. So somebody in your energy could be living a double life, could be being a good person to you and wearing a mask with one face and then turning around and having a totally different lifestyle. Maybe gambling with your trust. Who knows? Karmic intentions. Yeah, there's definitely, I'm feeling a big energy about like a third party betrayal. Something's really stressing you out. They're learning their lessons though. What's the overall vibe? Thank you. 2 cards. Overall vibe, we have self-reflection, healing, so self-care, maybe you're having a different introspection about yourself, learning new talents, maybe, untap new talents. Overall vibe. That's good. Like, don't let what other people do to you destroy you, you know? Like, life's just all one big lesson. We have to learn from it. On the bottom of the deck, I have isolation. So you could be in hermit mode right now and isolating yourself, wanting to be left alone. You might feel that you might be rejected or that you have been rejected, but you're definitely being advised to nurture yourself, be your mentor to yourself. And there's just only up to go from here. There's no more down. Like, this is the climb the mountain to your path right here. Possibilities. This is good. Even though I'm sorry that whoever's going through a healing phase right now, it's all for your better purpose of who you're going to be, who you are meant to be. Yeah. Let's see what else. What about messages of love? Oracle deck. Splitting the deck right now. We have some hope. Someone right there, they wish they could right their wrongs. So yeah, there is definitely somebody who I feel that is in your past or in your current recent past / present who made some bad choices, made some bad mistakes, and you were affected, you were hurt by it. This is all a new chapter for you. You're gonna rise above this, to be honest. Yeah, new chapter. Messages of love. Okay, too many cards. You're definitely irreplaceable. The way you love can never be matched, and you know that. And the more you give that to yourself too, the better you become as a person. I see your side of the story now. Yeah, I definitely have this this energy. You were wronged, but you're not letting that consume who you are. They're bad what they did to you. Yeah, they definitely have regret. They're regretting it, you know. I wish it never happened. What did this person do to you? It doesn't really matter. I mean, you're healing. You have possibilities. This is going to actually just up your life and better it because you're cutting out the toxicity. You're not going to let this stuff happen to you again. Time. I'm afraid it's too late to take action. Absolutely. It probably is. Whoever this person's energy that you're dealing with is, they have so much regrets. They know you're irreplaceable. They see your side of the story. It's like I'm hearing too when people are always like, "Oh my God, but this is my perspective. My perspective." It's like you can't change facts into altering it into a perspective that you think you can get your way out of. Either hold accountability for it or bye. You know. Yep. Bottom of the deck. They got a lot of ego. You made me realize my flaws. So the shadow side, a lot of you could be listening to Carl Jung too, and you're starting to see that the mask is being dropped from the illusions or the what you thought this person was. You're going to heal from it though. That's the good news. Let's get some tarot cards going for us now. All right. Spirit Universe. What can you tell us overall? What's going on with this beautiful soul? What they're dealing with? What? Okay, the moon. Yeah, so this is something that's happened probably behind your back, possibly without you knowing. There was some kind of, it's like you were left in the dark. You know what I mean? Definitely left in the dark about something. Very little light was shed on this, but you saw what was happening eventually. You found out something, and now it's coming to the forefront, and you're healing from that. Yep, there's definitely a death to what they've, or who this person was. This ego, their shadow side. You could have been definitely dealing with a narcissist here, but there is a death to the relationship. So you got the death card here with the Queen of Cups and the Knight of Wands. So this guy, or whoever this energy is trying to come into your realm of love and emotion, empathy and stuff like that, right? Empathy card. And they're trying to rush in and bring this staff of passion and like, I'm so passionate, I'm so creative and stuff like that. But I mean, oh, I'm also hearing they're playing the knight in rusty armor. If you've ever read that book or anything like that, they're trying to play the hero. They're not a good person though. They're not a good person. I mean, it's a facade. It's a facade. It's an illusion. What's the obstacle? What is the obstacle? What obstacles do we have right now to deal with for this energy? Four of Swords. The obstacle is the healing process. You might be ruminating a lot about what has been done to you or what you found out. You're laying this to rest, though. You might be resting a lot yourself. Self-healing and self-care is recuperation. This is definitely the card of recuperation. So this is the obstacle card that came out. So the obstacle right now is like, are you driving yourself crazy a little bit with like, oh my gosh, what do I do? How do I heal? Like, you know, you could be going back and forth a little bit too about why this was done to you. Are you punishing yourself? Don't punish yourself. You know, don't, you know, you're human. Having trust in somebody who's betrayed your trust, or who did you wrong, did you dirty, can take its toll. And the obstacle right now is like, it's taken its toll, but like, you need to lay it to rest. You need to stop ruminating about it. You need to recuperate for sure. Yeah. Wow. So we got the Chariot and the Hierophant. So the obstacle too is like, a contract could have been agreed upon between you and this energy who did you wrong. You could have been like, well, that's why they did you wrong, because they broke some kind of commitment to you in some sense. Or there was a lot of empty promises I'm hearing, future faking that was going on. This Chariot is how I'm seeing that, because the Chariot's like being pulled in two different directions from the yin and yang right here. But it's like, it's not in motion. This Chariot's not in motion. It wasn't really going anywhere. It's so stagnant. It was like feeling like living in purgatory or something. And this is the obstacle. This might be what you're ruminating over, like, oh, why did I not see the red flags before? You know, I mean, this person really gave you a good talk. They gave you a good talk. What kind of advice do we have for this, to get over this obstacle? What advice? So the Six of Swords, going to calmer waters, calming the storm, leaving it behind. You know, the storm's hitting, or has hit. There was definitely an end to this, but like, you're turning your back on it now. This is the advice, to at least, is to turn your back to it, move to calmer waters, find your shore, be where you're wanted. Never be where you're not wanted or appreciated. I'm definitely hearing that. I love this card because I have a portion of it tattooed right here. So this is my version of the Hermit in the Six of Swords boat, going to calmer shores. That's our advice, is definitely, you need to, you are your peace. I'm definitely hearing that. You are your peace. Bottom of the deck, Nine of Pentacles. Wow. This is my Nine of Pentacles right here. Yeah, leave all this behind, you know? The possibilities, the laughter, the nurturing that you got on your energy. You're definitely being advised. No, remember your worth. Remember your worth. Don't accept any of this crap, any of this betrayal, this bad energy that you're being around. You need to leave it behind. Go to calmer waters. What is the calmer waters? You are the calmer waters. You are the peace that you can offer here. Always going to be okay. The Fool on the bottom of the deck followed right after the Nine of Pentacles. So you're definitely becoming into a new beginning with the Fool here. All these possibilities. Yes, exactly. Thank you, Spirit. Possibilities, right? All these great possibilities. Follow your dreams. Make up your mind. Believe in yourself. Go where you are the value here. Yeah. all this ruminating on what happens, this betrayal, this hurt. Cover up the naked bodies here. Okay. You could have been dealing with a Capricorn too. You might be a Capricorn. Maybe there's some Capricorn in somebody's placement here, but I'm also seeing there could have been a lot of vices, a lot of drinking involved. It's hard to pick which possibilities you have when you're keeping this energy around, which is why you definitely, the advice is you need to move away from it. Take that ship, like that ship, that relationship needs to go. Bye-bye. You're on a whole new ship now. Let's get some clarification cards going here. What deck should I use here? All right, Spirit, I'll use this deck. Bottom of the deck, Nine of Wands. We haven't even shuffled yet, but I just want to like peek sometimes. Knight of Wands on the bottom of the deck, which you already got, and this is the person who's coming to you being like, I'm a hero. You ain't no hero. You're a knight in rusty armor. Yeah, don't let this person. You've seen the mask fall from this person. You know, you've seen the mask fall. As I cut the deck, the mask is being removed. You are seeing the true colors, and that karma is hitting. That karma is going to be hitting hard for that energy. Man, I just got like goosebumps for you. Let's clarify the moon here on what is being brought into light here. Let's clarify the moon, please. Spirit, help us clarify the moon. Ace of Wands in reverse, Ace of Swords, and Queen of Cups. So earlier you got the Queen of Cups. I see that this is you and your energy of emotions and everything like that. And what was said to you, what was communicated, the lies. I'm hearing like something was like a double-edged sword. Something was definitely a double-edged sword, but man, it hurt. It stings too. I'm also hearing death by 1,000 cuts. Could have been a situation that was going on here. They were trying to take your worth and like reverse it, like devalue you, discard you. Discard. Yeah, I'm hearing that. Well, someone here is probably definitely has some past energy that you're leaving behind. Could be somebody from the dark triad, narcissistic, sociopath, Machiavellian. Yeah. Thank you for clarifying the moon there. On the advice on how to maybe assist this person with moving on, leaving, turning your back to the situation or the hurt that was done to you, reinventing yourself. Let me clarify the Six of Swords, please, on advice. This is beautiful. God. Any more cards for clarifying the advice? The Six of Swords. Thank you. Bottom of the deck, Page of Wands. I'm getting a few pages here. Page of Cups underneath it. And the Moon again. We got a few pages here. This is the bottom of the deck, though. So you could have been dealing with somebody who is basically pretty immature. I'm definitely seeing that they were emotionally immature with the Page of Cups here. So it's like the two different pillars of this Moon card, right? Somebody was being emotionally immature. Somebody was being maybe sexually immature and maybe sleeping around. Being immature or having no discipline with their passions and desires and temptations. Definitely when we have the Devil card earlier. So what you're leaving behind here at the bottom of the deck, what you don't see coming, is the immaturity, like growing. You've outgrew this person is definitely what I'm hearing. You've outgrew them with the bottom of the deck. But what also flew out during our reading, jeez, so many messages here. Okay, back to our clarification on the Six of Swords here. Okay, you got the Knight of Pentacles again, just like this deck. Know your worth. This is how you. This is what you're moving towards. You're moving towards reinventing yourself. Okay, especially with the Sun here. There's nothing that you can do wrong if you're advocating for yourself, if you're starting to lay boundaries down. Laying those boundaries down is going to prevent you from having to live this lesson over again as you grow, as you become your better self, okay? You might be having some communication coming soon with the communication card here, okay? From this backstabbing King of Swords, pretty much. The communication might not be, it's going to be probably more logical, less emotional. They're going to be trying to logically maybe explain themselves. But what you also had come out as to explaining your advice card was the advice still. The same dang advice. Leave it behind. Don't look back. Okay? Take care of your kin, I'm hearing too. Some of you might be remembering which, other than, the value that you have and who you are, a lot of you might be like, I need to focus on my kids, my offspring, my kin, and nurturing that. Or for others of you too, it could be meaning like you need to do this for your inner child. You need to protect your inner child. Have those boundaries and protect your inner child. If you wouldn't also want this kind of person or this kind of energy that you've had to deal with in the past, you might not want that around your children either. Or like sometimes our advice on how to leave something behind and not look back and move forward in our life is to think, would I allow my child to be around somebody like that? What advice would I give them? And then give that advice to yourself, because you're the one who had to put up with it. You got to leave it behind. Learn your lesson, because a lot of relationships, are lessons for us to learn. All right, let's clarify with a different deck on the healing process now. We got the advice. Let's get some different cards on basically the empathy, the healing, how to get to this joy, how to get to being the Nine of Pentacles and the Sun again. Okay? We'll clarify that. Cut the deck. Nine of Pentacles. Every deck I've pulled out now, which is 3 tarot decks, each deck has had the Nine of Pentacles. You see that? That's a pretty strong message. I'm sorry, but that's a really strong message. I'm just cutting the deck. Just cutting the deck. Pretty strong message, though, to be like, remember your worth. Be single right now if you have to. Like, tend to your own garden. It will be prosperous. You are very, very valuable. Very, very, very valuable. You're going to be coming into an Empress era, season in life. You leave this behind, you are going to be Empress. The Nine of Pentacles is the transitioning into Empress status. 3 of Pentacles in reverse. This is upright. This person's like, we're on a pedestal. Like, I'm knocking you off your pedestal. So we're clarifying the empathy and healing card. So basically you need to knock this bad energy off of its pedestal, off of it being a priority in your life. King of Cups. Justice to the King of Cups. Okay, so you're removing, you're healing from basically the sweet talker. Might have been romanticizing you, things like that. And you're like bringing some justice to it, though, and you're knocking it off of its pedestal. You're not going to be love bombed anymore. You're healing from the love bombing. What else, Spirit? What else, Universe? The Hermit. Oh my gosh. Virgo card. It's Virgo season. My birthday's tomorrow, by the way. Hermit card. You might be isolating a little bit, but that's okay. Sometimes you need to disappear to work on yourself and go into hermit mode so that you are your own inner light. Okay? You are the lantern. You write your own path. It's like you're about to step on the snake, too. See that snake at the very bottom? Right here? You're like, I've shown some light on some of this situationship. Yeah, you can't, you're no longer walking in the dark. You're definitely no longer in the dark. Sometimes the healing process is moving past your shadow self, you know what I mean? Is sometimes shining some light on darkness. Healing doesn't always look pretty is what I'm also hearing too. Healing doesn't always look pretty. It's not always glamorous. It's not always about to be like the glow up. Oh my God, I'm so gonna glow up. It's rocky. It's rocky. There's days you're gonna have good days. You're gonna have bad days. There's gonna be a lot of days you're gonna be like, dude, I'm killing this. I'm killing it, you know? And other days you're gonna be like, this really killed me. This really destroyed a part of my life. Judgment again. So Judgment. Sorry, you got Justice earlier. Judgment. Oh, hide the naked bodies. Judgment. You're making better judgment calls for sure. Yeah. You're cutting through them lies. The air has been cleared. You're standing on business. Standing on business. Like I was saying, you're gonna have good days, you're gonna have bad days, you know what I mean? Yeah. There's gonna be juggling a lot of stuff, but your ships are coming in. You got a bunch of ships coming in, but your boundaries. Boundaries is your lesson this season. Stand on your business, have your boundaries. This is what you're healing. You're healing that you lowered your boundaries for somebody. Yeah, I mean, this is all the process that you have to be going through. I mean, sometimes this is just a karmic life lesson. This could have been a karmic connection you were with too that really regrets and what they did to you, but like they have a lot of ego. But you're healing this karmic connection, and then just like all the possibilities and stuff like that. Keep your head out of the clouds a little bit. You need to stand on business is also what I'm hearing. Anything else for how to heal? What does this person need to hear to heal? It's definitely a balancing situation. You're having to balance a few things. This was a like I said in the beginning, I feel like this was a multi-faced situation. It wasn't just like maybe one bad thing that happened to you, like, oh, this person betrayed me once. Like it would, we did hear death by 1,000 cuts earlier. It was a multi-faced thing. It's like juggling, pouring back into your own cup, but also tiptoeing your water, testing out the waters, you know what I mean? It's an emotional time for you, that's for sure. But like you were definitely pouring back into yourself with these two cards right here. Okay. Defeat. You're not defeated. This person may have think that they broke you, but they didn't. Because you're actually over here like, I'm still standing on business. I sowed my seeds within myself now. And I'm gonna watch my farm grow. I'm gonna watch myself grow. Bottom of the deck. Once again, there might be some communication coming your way. Bottom of the deck, death to it though. You're done with it. You're like, oh my gosh, like I'm so sick of revisiting. I don't even want to look at this anymore. I'm just gonna cover my eyes. Like, you made your choice. I'm making mine. They're definitely in regret. And you know they see you as the Knight of Pentacles. And that's how you are going to be victorious, celebrated, recognized. You're recognizing yourself, and you're definitely standing on business here. I'm feeling so much better after this reading. When I first started, I was saying like, oh, you know, it feels like there was like a death to a relationship or a situationship, a death by 1,000 cuts. I had this energy that there was just so much going on, this multi-phase situation, and the stress and just the, oh my gosh, the energy that you have had to put up with whoever this is or whoever the situation is was so toxic, and just so that there was just a mask that they wore. But you've seen through the mask, you're coming out on the other end. You really are coming out on the other end. I mean, how many times do you get the Knight of Pentacles in one reading from multiple decks too? And how many times also do you get the advice that there's calmer waters, but it takes you to choose to go to calmer waters? You really must Make this choice. Make the choice. It's a hard one sometimes, but you got to do it. You have to be able to cut ties. The choice sometimes is cutting ties. All right, let's close this up with Healing with the Fairies. Healing with the Fairies. Healing with the Fairies. What do you have to show? What do you have to say? What do you want us to hear? What do you want us to hear? What do you want us to hear? Magic of Nature. Any other cards? Bottom of the deck, Detoxification. Positive Expectations. And Look Inside Yourself. Which has been a pretty good way of clarifying everything we've just been saying. You know, you're going to detoxification is just another great way of leave it behind. Don't bring it back. Don't look back. Cleanse it. See, she's cleaning her back too. She's like, oh, I gotta clean my back. You know what I mean? Like, I got detox from this. You're starting to have really good positive expectations with setting some boundaries now and looking within yourself. All that you gave to this other energy, all that you had invested, and for them to be shameful and regret and whatever they did to you, and for you to have to come out here now healing, if you can turn around and give it back to yourself, that energy that you are giving out. I mean, if a person's not adding to your life, they're subtracting. Relationships are supposed to be back and forth of adding value to somebody's life and not subtracting, both elevating together. So the card that flew out of the deck of Healing with the Fairies was Magic of Nature. I'm going to give you a quick definition reading from the book on what the Healing with the Fairies would like for you to know. Card meaning: spend time outdoors, among the flowers, plants, and trees. Nature has powerful gifts that she wants to share with you, including ideas, information, and healing energies. When you are disconnected from Mother Earth, you may feel depressed or lethargic without knowing why. Earth too feels this when you don't connect with her on a regular basis. She needs you to be amidst her beauty so that she can telegraph information to you. We did get a bunch of the cards saying that you might have some communication coming in soon. You might get some more answers or some communication. You need to go out in nature. In this way, you'll know best how to care for your planet. By drawing this card, you're being urged to spend time daily, even as little as 5 minutes, outside in nature. Remove your shoes, socks, and nylons, and connect your bare feet with the soil, sod, and sand. Yeah, you need to ground again. You need to ground. You need to be on a different frequency for sure. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths as you are surrounded by the magical energy of nature. Mentally ask the fairies to help you with any issues you may have. Then open your eyes and look around for the flittering light, which is the first sign that you're seeing the fairies that surround you. Affirmation: I love being outdoor in nature. I feel energized by the sunshine, fresh air, plants, and animals. I take excellent care of every living being, including myself. Well, thank you very much for joining with me again. I plan on posting daily. It's one of my goals on healing and what I'm going to be doing for myself and reinventing myself. So, one of those goals you could be setting for yourself is starting really small, step by step. Go outdoors, get grounded for 5 minutes, take your shoes off, get in nature. You'll start to be able to, once again, the Nine of Pentacles is always surrounded by beautiful nature. So, thank you very much. Until next time.